Hi, this is Dennis with Second Chance Tackle. It's Monday and another group of reels have arrived in my shop for repair and service. We're going to take a look at the most recent arrivals. We'll talk a little bit about the reel itself, and we'll see which ones we can make videos out of that'll show you how to service and repair these reels yourself. If you like that kind of thing, I would encourage you to subscribe to my channel. And if you do subscribe to my channel, use that notification button. That'll tell you when I'm posting the video, and if it's one of these that you're interested in, you'll get a notification right away that it's available. And if I don't plan to do a video, well, ask me to do one on it, and if I have the time, I will certainly try to get that done. Well, Ray dropped off a couple of reels yesterday. Ray's local to me, and the first one is an interesting one. It's an old reel. This one is the Finnor. It's the Golden Regal 50 Tycoon Finnor, and it says Miami, Florida. So this is an older one. Finnor has gone through a couple of iterations in terms of being sold, but originally in the 1930s it was founded in Miami, Florida. My guess is this reel is from the 1950s. I've worked on them before. This one, I'm told, does not have a drag washer or a drag washer that's any good. And well, that's going to be interesting to see if we can find a replacement drag washer for it. If not, hopefully we can get a solid sheet of Carbon-Tex and make the replacement washer. If we do, well, we'll see what we can do to make the video on both making that replacement washer as well as servicing this reel. He brought me 3 or 4 reels in. It's that time of year where you're taking this stuff, getting it ready for the season. And this one is a Shimano Torium. I just did one on that. He tells me that, well, it's running a little rough. I can see that. It's very tight. And he said that, oh, there you go. So what's happening here is this free spool does not engage. And what that normally means is that the pinion gear is stuck on the spool shaft. And this one's going to be an adventure to get that loose. Well, to see if we can do that. Hopefully we can without damaging the reel. Next up is a huge Okuma. It's the Convector. It's the biggest one in the series, I believe. It's the CV55SS. He tells me this is all kind of corroded out and salted up because, well, it just sits on his boat. Takes all the splashes as he goes in and out. It's in the rod rack. It's kind of a backup reel, but it would like to get serviced, and we'll certainly do that for him. I will check. I'm not sure if I've done one. I don't think I've done that size in the video, and if I haven't, well, we'll try and do that one for him as well. And then finally, everybody's favorite, or at least certainly one of my favorites, it's the Penn International 965. It's the gold bait cast. Missing the counterbalance. He said he'd like to replace the handle, replace the drag washers. And I talked to him. I just did the video on the Gomexus handle. I asked him maybe if he would like to try that one out. I'm going to go on their site. I'll see if they have one that matches in gold. Also, remember what we were saying about how to measure the shaft. This one's a little bit longer, I think, the shaft. Yeah, so this one probably is like a 95 or 90 millimeter shaft. You probably would want to stay with that and tune that reel up as well. So that's the ones that Ray has brought in. If you see one of those that you would like to have a view into as a video, please let me know and I'll try and get that one done for you. Well, this one was just dropped off by Bill. He's also local to me. He said it's, again, it's that time of year where the fishing is kind of cooled down a bit. It's time to go service some of the reels. The first one he brought up, one of my favorites. It's a Abu Ambassador 7000C. Very quality, high quality reel. Got a problem here. One of the problems is that the screw in the side plate that holds to the reel seat is broken. It doesn't reach the reel seat any longer. I have to find a replacement screw or something that can be substituted for that. He also tells me that there's an issue here with the pawl. If you hold the oh, there's a lot of issues. Well, the drag's off. Well, even worse, I guess. The drag is on and nothing's going anywhere. So there's something going on with this reel. We'll go figure that one out. He also has an Okuma. This is a V55. This one occasionally, like now, does not have a an anti-reverse. It's spinning backwards. And as far as I can tell, there is no override system to that, so that means we have a bad anti-reverse bearing. We'll go work on that one. He brought in a Sahara 4000 FB. This reel spins fine. He says the bail is becoming disconnected. Now, I don't know if they tried maybe to spot glue that in or not. I've tried a couple of times with this. It's still working. I'm going to do a replacement bail. I'll go out on the part sites and see if I can find a replacement bail for this and set that up. And then we have a few of everybody's favorites. They're the earlier generations of the Penn Spinfisher. This is the 550 SS. This is the 650 SS. It would be nice if we could get a cap for that side. And it looks like maybe a 450 as well. Then 450. So we have the 450, a 550, and a 650. I understand that there's a lot of surf fishing going on. That's why you see the salting going on. And he's got one of each size. We'll see what we can do there to make all of those ready for fishing again. This one just came in by mail. This one came in from Luke up in New York. And I think it's not New York, I'm sorry. It's Minnesota. There's another one here from New York. I kind of jumped the gun on that one. But Luke from Minnesota is sending a couple of reels. And let's see what we have here. We have a smaller version of something. Looks to be a pen, but it's hard to see. It might be a Shakespeare. It's an Abu Garcia. So I was wrong on both accounts. A small Abu Garcia. If I have the time, I'll do a video on that one. I haven't done the small one there. Here's one that I'm going to have trouble with because it's I don't believe this is a name brand manufacturer. It's called the Guide Series. It may be Bass Pro or Gander Mountain. I'm not quite sure which. We do seems to be functioning, and if I can service that one, I certainly will. We have a Quantum. This is the Optics 30. Always a dependable reel. One of the things you'll notice about this one is it's coning. By coning, I mean it's gathered a lot of line up top and a little line below. Well, there's usually a quick solution to that particular issue. It needs a spool shim. If you get a spool shim on top here, we have one, we probably need two. That's that little black washer there. That will raise the spool up. When it raises the spool up, then your line guide here is going to be able to wrap line low. So that'll be an easy fix for that one, but we'll take care of servicing the rest of the reel while we're at that as well. And we have a Daiwa here, Daiwa Lexa. I don't think I've done that one. This is a high demand, very popular reel. It's being used more and more for inland saltwater fishing these days. I'll make sure to do a video on that one. And then I think we got one here that I believe he said he got off of eBay and he just wanted me to work on, but I'm not quite sure. And this one is a, not sure what this is, a Finnor. So this is a Finnor LT40, the Lethal. I haven't done one of those, so again, time permitting, I think he just supplied me with quite a few of the video content for the YouTube channel. So a lot of folks ask me, do the reels I have, are they for sale? Well, most of the ones you're seeing that come on the videos are customer reels. I like to do that for a couple of reasons. One, there's a lot of variety in those, and two, it kind of proves your work to your customers when they see that their own reel has been serviced. And if they ever have a question about what did you do, well, it's right there in front of you in video. Well, here's the New York one. The New York one comes in from Babylon, Long Island, and in Babylon, Long Island, you're right on the South Shore. It's a beautiful little community, and nearby there is a boat that I do fishing gear repair for, and that is the Cap Gillen. So if you're ever in that area in Captree Park, well, there you go. Well, I got a Mitchell. This is the 304. It's an old version of the reel. It's one of the first ones that Mitchell made. Sometimes you'll actually find these under the first generation, which was CAP, C-A-P, and that is a French abbreviation for fishing reel company. And well, I'll see what I can do to repair that. His bail is not sticking on that one or holding firm, and we'll make sure to do that. Well, last one in then is also from New York, I believe. Yes, this one. Nope, this one's from South Carolina. I think this one is a Penn Senator. I have a hard time kind of recalling. I generally get an email asking for what it is, and then it's some time before the reels actually show up. And then when they show up, it's like, okay, I hope that they left a note. Well, they did. And this is Dave, and I think Dave actually called me earlier today. Said it's time to put this Warrior back into service, and I'll be happy to have him or help him out there and make sure that this reel gets a second chance. I understand that this one is sat idle now for probably 15 years, and Dave is going to start taking it fishing again. He said, I'd like to make sure that we have this thing ready to go. Please clean it up, do the drag service on it if needed, make sure it's all lubricated and any bad parts are taken care of, and we'll be okay with that. All right, so we're going to do that. And I have plenty of videos on the Penn Senators in my library. So if you're interested in that, while you're on YouTube, just go take a quick search, Second Chance Tackle. You'll see the library come up, and that will enable you to choose the ones that you want. And I think if you put Penn Senator 4.0 in there, it'll probably bring you right to it. So those are some interesting projects for the week. If you see something there that you would like to have as a video, leave it in the comments section. I'll be happy to try and do that one for you, time permitting. And we'll see what we can get done this week. To all of our first responders and essential personnel, thank you for everything it is that you do to keep us safe. To everyone, have a great day. Good luck fishing. Get the tackle ready for your spring runs. And again, if you have any questions, just leave them in the comments section. I'll try and help you along as you work on your reels to give them a second chance. Have a great day. This is Dennis with Second Chance Tackle.